Ladies and gentlemen, happy Sabbath and welcome to Gashi's Coming TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. William Samoei Ruto yesterday deliberately avoided the issue of abductions, and that was the major concern. In fact, he talked about femicides, whereby the country has lost more than almost 100 women in the last 3 months, killed mysteriously by people known to them, or some of them not even known to them. But it is the idea of avoiding abductions that left many people asking questions. Ladies and gentlemen, according to Aoko Maverick 8, Aoko has been found, I think yesterday, she was found at the border of Kenya and Tanzania, abandoned. And people came out, and I understand she was abandoned outside the gate of somebody. And the man rushed Aoko to hospital, and then the hospital called the parents. These are news that we got yesterday evening. And this one caught me asking those questions. Who are the people behind her abductions? And why would such a lady be treated like this? So, ladies and gentlemen, in this video, I want us to look at the evils that have been associated with William Samoei Ruto's government. And I want those who support William Samoei Ruto to challenge the various issues that I'm going to enumerate one by one. Either prove me right or prove me wrong. Number one is about abductions. Everybody is talking about abductions. Everybody is crying about abductions. We have seen it being done during the daytime. We have seen even leaders like Alfred Kettel being abducted. We have seen people like Jagi. We have seen people like Gaido. We have seen so many people. Some of them, up to date, have never been found. So this is one of the evils that has been committed by this administration. Number two is increase in university education. As we talk today, a number of university students cannot be able to do their exams. As we talk today, many parents have not been able to clear their fees because of the high cost of education funding. And when you look at William Samoei Ruto's government has been unable to address this issue. So parents have been left on their own. Parents have been left crying. Parents have been left without anything. They have sold everything. They have sold their only cow. They have sold their only chicken. William Samoei Ruto has impoverished many Kenyan families because of education. Number three is about the extrajudicial killing. Many youth have died in the hands of the police. If you read the human rights report, you agree with me that the number of Kenyans who have died under the hands of the police are so many. If you go to IPOA and you realize that the independent police oversight has so many complaints emanating from the members of the public accusing the policemen. So these are the evils that have been committed by William Samoei Ruto's administration. There is also this issue of femicide. The government seems to be unable to handle this because you see, you cannot have one woman being killed today, tomorrow another woman here, and the government is doing nothing. And the government has not arrested the culprit. And even those who have been arrested, some of them are seen to walk from police stations scot-free, and they go and never to be seen again. So this is what we are talking about. Then again, when you look at our health sector, the chief social health insurance fund is in chaos. We have seen people lamenting. We have seen people missing their dialysis. We have seen people actually digging deep into their pockets, empty pockets. And this is all because when the government moved from the NHIF, the National Hospital Insurance Fund, to the Social Health Insurance Fund, there has been so many problems. Hospitals not even accepting some of these arrangements because the government owes them a lot of money. And then when you look at the people behind this, you realize that the people who have been given tender, they leave a lot to be desired. So the health sector is actually in crisis. Again, look at the strikes that we are actually witnessing in this country. University lecturers are on strike. Doctors have been on strikes. Teachers have been on strikes. So when you look at William Samoei Ruto's government, just 2 years, and almost every sector have gone on strike. Even those organizations or those companies or those sections of the government where people cannot go on strike, like now the police force and the army and the others. Most likely, if you go there, you realize that there is companies are all over because of poor remunerations, because of poor working conditions, because of unkept promises, because that's another problem that this government has been giving us so many promises, not fulfilling anything. This government has been lying right, left, and center, not caring what they told us yesterday, and not even remembering what they told us yesterday. So when you look at it, you realize that the strikes are very, very common. What about corruption, ladies and gentlemen? What about corruption? Is there any ministry that has not been riddled with corruption? From TSC forms being given to mourners, employment being given at the graveside, at the graveyard, and how they got these employment forms. And only the devil knows, and how they got it. I see again on the angels of the devil knows how they got it. This is corruption of the highest order. Again, when you look at the employment, you realize that members of the same community are getting lucrative jobs. You realize that some of these companies or corporations that pay people very well, like now the Parliamentary Service Commission, like the Judiciary, and many others, they rarely even advertise. Because what happens is that these politicians go for their relatives. For example, if you look at the people employed, maybe like now the airport, where do you see KQ advertising jobs? Very rarely, because the people who are employed must come from the families of politicians. This is the corruption we are talking about. Again, look at so many issues like now the edible oil scandal, so many scandals that have been associated with this government. What about the Adani scandal? Adani scandal riddled with mystery. The court even stopping the Adani, and the government is trying to push it down our throats. So these are the evils that have been committed by this government. The government go and wanaleta Muhidi, huyu Muhidi, they have shares. Members of the executive have shares, I know, in Adani deal, and that is why they are pushing it under the throats, because you cannot give one person traders for 30 years, and what Kenyans are getting is peanuts. The services that these people have been giving in other countries are questionable, and even the host nations where these people come from, they still are complaining about the same people. And then you bring the same people here, and then you start telling us that these are the people who are going to save this country. What about the issue of unemployment, ladies and gentlemen? Where did you see the government actually, instead of creating jobs, is looking for jobs in the Middle East, unskilled labor, and so on and so forth? Where did you find this? And again, when you look at the poverty levels, then you agree with me that this government has cost so much. So guys, those are the few things that we can enumerate. There are so many. Maybe you can add, because things like tribalism are also here. You can add what evils have been committed by William Samoei Ruto. And please, guys, enjoy your Saturday. Remain cool as the drama in our country continue to unfold. Have a blessed Saturday. Bye.